Hey everyone! So today I'm here to review the Sephora Collection Contouring 101 Face Palette. It retails for $28 US, $35 in Canada. It contains 0.93 ounces of product, and it is said to be a pressed powder palette for contouring and highlighting. The packaging is a rather large, round plastic compact that's roughly about the size of my hand, so it is a rather large palette. Included in the box is a handy step-by-step booklet with tips and tricks on how to contour if you're new to the basics of contouring and highlighting. In a whole, the compact does have an eye-catching, unique design to it, but it can be a little impractical when it comes to using the individual shades. For instance, to use the yellow highlighter, you need to use a smaller face brush to pick up the product and get between the contouring shades. Personally, this wasn't a huge bother for me, as I tend to use smaller, tapered face brushes to apply highlighting and contouring products anyway. My most used brushes being the Real Techniques contour brush and setting brushes. They're just a small, tapered design that makes it really easy to use the tip and pick up the product. Pale Pink is a pale ivory with pink undertones and a satin matte finish. The texture was extremely silky and finely milled, which made it blend out beautifully on the skin. I found this specific shade did enhance dryness or any areas on the skin that had imperfections. On my fair NW10/15 skin, the color was too similar to actually brighten the area, so I think that the highlighting shades will work best on more medium skin tones. Pale Pink wore well for 7 hours. Banana is a pale ivory with yellow undertones and a satin matte finish. The texture was again silky, finely milled, and blended out nicely on the skin. This shade still applied powdery on drier areas of the skin, but it didn't enhance them. Just like Pale Pink, Banana was too similar to my own skin tone to actually brighten the skin, so it would brighten more medium complexions a lot better. Banana wore well for 7.5 hours. Cool Brown is a medium brown with cool undertones and a satin matte finish. The texture was silky, finely milled, and not at all powdery. It had good buildable color payoff and blended out nicely on the skin. Cool Brown wore well for 7.5 hours. Warm Brown is a medium brown with warm pink undertones and a satin matte finish. The texture was finely milled, silky, and again not at all powdery. It had good buildable color payoff and the consistency was very smooth, which blended out evenly on the skin. Warm Brown wore well for 7.5 hours. Deep Brown is a dark brown with neutral to warm undertones and a satin matte finish. The texture was silky, smooth, finely milled, and again not at all powdery on the skin. This shade had rich pigmentation that could easily be sheared out or built depending on your needs. Deep Brown wore well for 8 hours. And just to kind of break it down and give you an idea, I'll have like a little mini tutorial thing up here, but I do use all 3 shades to contour my skin, even though it is pretty fair. I'll concentrate more on the Cool Brown, but I will mix a bit of the Warm Brown in there and apply it fully as a contour, and then I'll go in with the Deep Brown and focus it more at the back to kind of give it more depth, to give it that really sharp kind of contour look. So overall, the performance and quality of this palette was much greater than my expectations. The soft, silky consistency of the powders made them very easy to apply and blend out on the skin. The shades can definitely be sheared or built depending on your specific needs, making it a more universal palette for all skin tones. I definitely feel, because of the building and shearing out aspect, most fair, medium, tan, and darker complexions can get away with making this palette work. Contouring and highlighting palettes are becoming more and more popular as the trend grows. Pretty much every company or brand out there that sells makeup is creating some form of palette. Whether it be powder, cream, liquid, you name it, they are coming out with all kinds of things to contour and highlight your face. And I have to be honest, this Sephora Collection Contouring 101 Face Palette is one of the better ones that I've personally tested out so far. So be sure to let me know in the comments below if you will be checking out this contour palette, what your thoughts are on it, or just in general what your favorite contouring and highlighting palette is. As always, don't forget to check out my blog for more details, photos, and swatches, as well as like, comment, and subscribe to show your support. If you'd like to give me a follow, I will have all of my social media listed here, as well as down in the description. As I always say, I hope you found this review helpful, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and that you're not sick like I am. And thank you so much for watching.